Oh, hello, thanks for watching my video. So I decided to give a little bit of a, I was about to say a little bit of a makeover, but I didn't. I just completely abolished the previous lot. So I decided to rebuild entirely the community lot in Brychester. Just because I think the world in Discover University, I quite like it, but I just think some of the buildings are a bit boring. And I kind of get that they can't have too much because they only want to use the stuff from the base game and obviously the expansion pack. So yeah, that makes sense. But I just wanted to make it look a little bit interesting without, constantly stealing other people's stuff from the gallery. It's not really that easy though for me because I'm not I don't have a natural creative gift, I feel like I have an idea in my head of what I want something to look like. And in my head, it looks really good. But then it's not quite as good as I imagined. I kind of knew that doing a build in Brychester would be a struggle anyway because it's quite classical style builds, which I'm not very good at, which is odd because where I grew up was full of buildings that looked like this, but I didn't really pay any attention. Turns out I'm not the most observant of people, so go figure, shock horror. So I prefer doing, although I don't really I don't think I have a natural talent when it comes to building old style buildings, but I think it turned out all right. I'm fairly happy with it, considering how it turned out in the end and considering my building abilities, I thought it was all right. But yeah, it was mainly just because I haven't really played much of Discover University. I've played a bit of it, but I only played as a sim in Brychester once, which was the first thing I did when I got this pack. I didn't really do... Since then, everyone I've played has been in Foxbury, just because the Foxbury campus has kind of been done up. I say done up, stolen stuff from the gallery. So it looks a lot more full of school spirit and stuff. So I prefer that vibe, so I tend to just go to Foxbury because I could never be asked to do the same thing for Brychester. So I decided I'd make a change and try and make my own... try and replace Darby's den with something that's a little bit more school spirit, so there's loads and loads and loads of flags and Brychester stuff everywhere in this build, just because that's what it looks like in the Foxbury build in this world, from what I've added to the world. So I wanted them to both be I wanted the rivalry to be alive, That's one thing I really like about this, is that, with the other Sims games, there's either just one university or there's more than one, but you don't really have any crossover. And I really like that with this one, there's two different ones. They're in the same world and you can taunt each other and tease each other. Just that, that mean-spirited stuff is really, what I'm here for. So, I wanted to try and make this as Brychester-y as possible, so that one day the entire world where, you've got the Brychester side is very much school spirit, and then the same with Foxbury. Just turn it into one big competition, basically. Story of my life. So, I hope you like it. One thing, I do really like the Discover University expansion pack. I've played it a few times, really enjoy it. It's a nice novelty, not one that I do with every sim because it takes too long. If I could change anything, I would like to be able to change the duration of the degree. As in, in order for you to get your degree, you have to get a certain amount of credits, which makes sense. But then, say if you do 2 credits, it's going to take you your entire adulthood. It's hardly worth it by that point, is it? So, but then if you go for all 4 credits, then you can get it done in 3 weeks. But then you can't really enjoy the experience as much, I feel, because when you're doing 4 classes, you have to do 4 lots of studying, 4 lots of homework, and then go to class, plus the thing that you have to do to like finish term, like write term paper, take an exam, or do a presentation, and it really doesn't leave a lot of time. And I quite like, you know, the full experience of being able to join all the clubs, get to the top of the debate team, find the secret society. The first time I played it, I had a sim that did 4 credits, and they joined all of them, so it is possible, but it was so stressful. She had like no downtime. I couldn't do it without cheats. Like, I had to cheat her needs all the time because she didn't sleep, she didn't eat, she didn't take care of any basic needs, which leads me to think that if you're trying to like play The Sims without using cheats for needs and shit like that, then it's just not possible to get the full experience of joining clubs, making friends, going to parties, and get the degree done in 3 weeks. So I'd quite like to be able to change it in the options menu so that you can choose whether you want your degree to take 3 weeks, or you can choose whether you want it to take like 2 weeks, you know? In an ideal world, I would like it to take maybe, if it's going to be like as intense as the 4 credits one is, then 2 weeks. Or like, I wouldn't mind it being 3 weeks, but if you had some downtime to really enjoy, you know, enjoy university life, go and be a dick a little bit, you know, have enough time to go and ruin the other team's statue. That's all I want. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the issue. I know you wasn't asking, but what's the point in giving an opinion if people ask for it? So whenever I think of university, I think about, it was quite a long time ago now, but friends, like, they all went to different universities. Like, England is quite a small country, you know, so they went to universities all around the country, and we would just spend like weekends just in the car, just going to multiple different universities for whoever was throwing a party that week. So we spent a lot of time in Southampton, a lot of time in Portsmouth, going to people's uni houses. And one thing I learnt is that this seems to be present in everyone's university experience, everyone I've spoken to about it, which is that when you're living in like dorms or a shared house or whatever, there's always one person that lives there, but you don't know they live there because they're just never around. Like, they must just like get up to eat at like 3 or 4 a.m. because no one sees them. Like, it seems to be a thing. There's always that one housemate that no one sees. They know they exist, but they never see them. But yeah, with this build I tried to kind of separate it into areas. So you've got, like, as you walk in, the canteen area where you can get food and then you sit down and eat, and then in front of that is like the debate area where people can sit and watch. I put 2 nice armchairs and then I put some normal chairs around there because I kind of figured they can be the ones where, you know, you get some particular people at class and they're like, oh no, I want to get there early because I want to sit on the good chairs. You know, that's how I imagined it. So you've got the proper boffins that get there really early so they can sit on the good chairs, and then everyone else just sits on those normal looking ones. I think too much into things, I reckon, you know, I think too much into things. Yeah, you've got your debate area, you've got your canteen area, and then upstairs is a bit more chill, bit more laid back, bit more of a party atmosphere. You've got your jukebox, you've got your ping pong table, slight study area, oh, and you've got your keg as well. But, I mean, I don't really know what logic anyone would put a study area right next to a jukebox and people drinking kegs and playing with the ping pong table, but, you know, most student housing has desks anyway, and there are some more desks in the building as you walk in next to the canteen anyway. So, you know, those desks are for people that need to study, but, you know, they don't mind being distracted. The kind of studying I would do. I'm not very good at studying for things you know, exams are not my forte. I would rather write like an essay, because then I can have as much time as I want to write something. I can write like one essay over the span of maybe like 3 days, just keep revisiting it. But yeah, probably not the best place to study for your exam, I would have thought, because you might get tempted to step away from the mouse and take a couple of sips of keg, and before you know it, you're handing in drunk term paper. So that area is probably for people that have quite a bit of good ability to ignore their surroundings. And then I just chucked a couple of sofas in this like little nook behind the stairs. I don't know if it's functional. It probably isn't. To be honest, the only reason I did it is because to keep the lot type, I had to put some sofas in there. So I kind of thought, well, if I put it near the library books, then it can be somewhere where people can just go and hide under the stairs and pretend they're reading library books, but really they're just, you know, I don't know, young couple or something copping a feel in public. You know what young people are like, fucking, they can't really not do it in public, can they? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm probably going to start wrapping this up because we're getting towards the end of the video now. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh, also, I will put this on the gallery for once, so you can download it if you like. My username is in my banner art, I think. Yeah, if you go to my banner art, you'll find my username. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.